Yo everybody, what's happening? It's TIG, the Notorious Tig, here today with episode 4 of the Irish Gaijin review. Curtain call, last ever fight night. Apologise for the delay on getting this together. Obviously I was part of the panel with Jiggy and TGO for the draft on Sunday, was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Fucking hell. But yeah, no, it was Saturday. That was honestly deadly. That was like one of the best things I've been a part of in any EFED ever. And that probably was the best thing, like the whole community on at the same time, interacting, active. It was pretty fresh, lads. Yeah, I thought that was great. So well done to everyone that organised that took part. And yeah, you know, I'm not going to promise that this will be a spoiler-free edition of the Irish Gaijin review in regards to the draft, although I will try and keep the focus on what happened on current call. Yeah, I'll probably inevitably end up just waxing lyrical about a few of the draft picks. So yeah, look, last ever fight night, big one. It was a big deal for me. Maybe others don't feel as strongly, but like to me, it's a classic. Fight night's just classic. When I think FWA, I automatically think of fight night. It's like legit shit. Fight night sounds classy. Fight night sounds strong. I'm not using this as a way to wail or meltdown or fall out. I'm just giving a legendary brand. It's just Jails pretty much. I mean, I thought like some characters sold this pretty well. You know, it's the last fight night. Others didn't give a shit. That was probably in character as well. I think I said it on the draft, but I thought it would have been cool to see like a top 3 fight night moments for people, like maybe top 3 fight night Chris Kennedy moments, top 3 fight night Gabrielle moments, shit like that. Maybe that's actually a project we can look into down at some stage. Could be fun, something to think about maybe. But at the same time, it does feel like we're entering a new era at this, what would we call it? The board of director here, and change seems inevitable. Change is not always a bad thing, and I guess, you know, 2 brand new shows suits the kind of different feel of rosters and what looks like a new direction that we seem to be going in. I think that the brands linking with the World Championship and World Tag Team Championships, like with them being cross-branded, despite that, the path that was fight night was always going to diverge into 2 separate paths. You know, and it's hard to see what brand would have continued on the legacy if fight night was to be kept around. Personally, like, you know, I think the World Championship and World Tag Team belts should be cross-branded and that's it. And we should have like a kind of hard split at least at the start. I think the Gauntlet should keep the NA link and be Meltdown exclusive, and I think Fallout could do something else for the X. Maybe that Gift of the Gods gimmick or something like that. You know, wherein like you have to collect the 5 medallions to challenge for the X belt. You know, you could make it different to the straight up 5 defences of the Gauntlet. Like you could say, like, you know, Uncle has 2 medallions and Conchu has 3. If Uncle wins, he gets Conchu's 3 medallions. Like, so Uncle might only have to beat 3 people to get 5 medallions. But I think the thing would be, like, if he does beat someone that has 3 medallions, the strength of that is that they've beaten 3 people to get them medallions. So it's like all in every match with the medallions. I think that could be pretty cool, and a way to keep the crossbred shit to a minimum. But look, I'm not the booker, I'm not the mods. It's just an idea. I think I floated in the Storyline Ideas channel, but here I am publicly airing it. I think to start off with the Pick Your Poison match with Power was great, and Crash is just like a great Pick Your Poison. The Crash and Power stuff feels really laid and heavy, and it's like a really awesome pairing. I think their parallels are pretty sick, like, and something just feels fitting about you know, pair like super scum pair being the one in the main event of BOB and not Crash, whereas like he was maybe touted for that position during the Crash pair shit. Like I don't want to harp on about wins and losses because I do that enough, but I'm pretty sure pair lost that Crash field overall. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did. That field like that has a loser really, but I think like he lost the rubber match or whatever, and here we are. Mike Pairs in the World Championship main event, the back of business, and Crash isn't. Now, not that there's anything wrong with what Crash is doing at BIB. I mean, like the streak. If you're not on the main event of the world title match, like that's what you want to do, right? And I wish I kind of had said this on the show because like obviously on the draft panel, like Jiggy was talking about this angle and like it's his character, but I was kind of thinking after like I wish I had asked him like to explain like how important it was that Chris Kennedy had a big show here. Like Crash faced Kennedy as well, and the razzle dazzle and all was cool, but after Kennedy's lost to Black, you kind of felt like had maybe a bit of the lust that wore off, where we remembering Kennedy through rose tinted glasses. But in this show, like Kennedy had such a big show, and with the draft picks going the way they are, that adds extra weight to the match, in my opinion. I don't want to sit on the fence because you get splinters, but this is like tight as fuck to call for BIB. Going to head, I'm leaning that Kennedy keeps the streak intact. Just. Well, yeah, it's one I don't really fancy calling. Oh, sorry, lads, just give us 1 second there. Just have to light this. Fucking bastard, smoking a hefty one. Always hard to keep lit. Anyway, Gauntlet Division, Gauntlet Championship. Whoa, what a great improvement from Mannix with Louis Vander. Such a good step up from his Sin City promo to this, and I think he's starting to find his crew with Vander. I think this Gauntlet Division is perfect for him. Big shout out to Cole, the first defence is tough with any belt. Always, I think it's the toughest thing to do. It's as hard as winning it, the first defence. And this Regan McLean stuff is definitely good shit. Like it's not a blood feud or whatever, but like not every match at BOB has to be a blood feud, mega star showdown, you know, with Bill for months. It's gonna be like two really good workers going out and showing what they can do with BOB. You know, like I'm kind of expecting fireworks promo wise. It's BOB, 1,000 word cap. I think it could be a really good affair. I'm giving this one to Cole. I think it could be BOB, but I don't think Big Mac will be like a one and done and challenging for the Gauntlet while Regan remains champ. And I think there could even be a bit of Gauntlet ping pong there. The next, sorry, I'm talking about this chat. The next thing with Yoni and Vinny, yeah, like I don't know, like Vinny's like kind of comes across as like a cartoony sort of villain. He's well written by AON, like definitely think he's well written, but like I'd be happy to see the back of this if I'm being honest. You know, kind of looks cool in the programme, but nearly feels like she's being misused. Now I'm not saying like that's the case, like that the mods are doing this or anything like that, but I think like I just imagined Yuna doing something else, you know, Mile High Massacre, first ever Gauntlet champion. I don't know, I just thought I saw this go, I thought Yuna would be doing something else come BIB. Obviously she wins at BIB, and she's like one of the people that I'm most interested in seeing what they do after BIB. I think Fallout seems to suit her down to a T, and I think she needs something kind of deep and competitive after this kind of story that she's taking part in. Like, you want to be a fun challenger to the winner of the X title tournament, definitely. But like, I like Yuna a lot, I do. I hope she gets a good story on her brand. But anyway, yeah, had the little Toner and Rondo seg. Had to get one in there with it being New York and all that shit. Well, I probably would have done one anyway because I'm a seg horrible. Yeah, I don't know, like, don't talk too much about it, obviously, but maybe playing on some small worries that Toner has over Rondo, and is he kind of dependent on him a little bit, or leaning out to him? But really, I just wanted to do like a little shout out to fight night, being the last show, kind of set the tone for this chapter of the tag story tonight. And then we go on to a really good Garcia promo. Dialogue was, content was, it was super work from, I presume it was Sarah. But I didn't really get the fear Garcia showed with Caden Knox at the end. Now I get what they're trying to do, but I don't think Caden Knox being this fella that's making Garcia retreat just by staring him down sort of shit was portrayed properly. And I do think some Knox dialogue has been needed in this field to kind of make one of the marquee BIB matches. Like, I am looking forward to it, but to be honest, I'm more looking forward to it because I can see the implications being big for the winner, rather than, not that the story hasn't been good, but I wouldn't consider it one of the marquee matchups. But I can see both getting huge pushes and victory, and I could see both actually fading some if they lose. I think Garcia wins this one myself at BIB. But that said, OMB's been away for a while and he has produced some banging promos, and it's not like he can't do this. I think he can do it. But I just think Sarah has one really big problem with him at BIB. He's kind of had a bit of a rough patch lately. I think we're going to see it all come out at BIB. So yeah, big match in terms of what happens after for both guys. I think it's one of the couple of matches on the card where a win or loss is actually really important. Oh yeah, just a shout out for the Randy and Danny like brawl and sort of thing. Dustin had suggested some cop involvement to shut the match down. I'd kind of said to him, look, it's a singles match, I don't want to just do some lame fucking draw finish for no reason. Like, I wanted it to be kind of cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I had fun with the match, but whatever. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about my stuff. Sawyer's promo was good again. Getting Eli to be the challenger was going to be tough work after he lost to Gauntlet. Like, that's just being honest. Kind of knew it was coming, but it was a tough sell. Like, there needed to be a reason as to why Sawyer's being Sawyer's, who he is, Mount Rushmore of Ethan, professional wrestling god sort of thing. Why would he tarnish, say, like, the Gauntlet Championship, and how hard it is to get a shot at him, the North American champion, to Eli, who went 3-0 or 4-0, who didn't do the Gauntlet, I think this kind of gets it here, the Church of the Nine stuff, but I don't know. Look, it was always in story, like, going to Fair Week, but it's Ethan, that just happens sometimes. Nobody's begrudging Eli our franchise the match, but like, he does deserve it, and I think it's you'll see now in a minute, but I do think it makes the Gauntlet title look a little redundant. But anyway, look, we're here now. The franchise source is delivered before, and my bold prediction for BIB is that Eli finally gets there and he ekes out the win against Cyrus, and we have a new North American champion. So yeah, that's my dark horse prediction. If we're back in business, like, I would be going down a stake in like fucking 50 quid or €100 on it in the bookies, but like, I'd do a little tenner on it or something each way, just an outside bet that I think has a chance of coming in. So yeah, not gonna say I'm pulling for your franchise, because I don't take sides in this sort of stuff, but yeah, I think you have a real good chance, and I'm looking forward to the match. Like that, the X tag was solid with Cyrus and Concho and Conchu and Cap and Uncle, but my interest was mostly in the Victor due to the strength of the two promos, rather than thinking the four characters were a good combination. Like, I don't really see the fantasy Sorry, boys. Don't really see the fancy an uncle to shoot as a natural pair in our team. And I don't think Conchu and Sora should be too overexposed to each other. That was nice though, but we know what happens in the draft. Like, obviously they're getting split, and I think both sets of characters for the handlers, John and Cyrus, are going to be in for big things after BIB. My one little nitpick would be that I think Truth over Fantasy would have been my preferred route rather than Jay taking the pin. And I say that because Truth's the North American champion. Uncle very possibly could be the ex-champion come BIB, and I think like just having that the NA champion being the ex-champion on the last like fight night, kind of hanging over the new brand. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into it. But I think Cyrus over Captain would have been better. But look, whatever. I like the Sully angle big time that ran throughout the show. This whole show was the most legit he's looked in months, and he needed it like on the eve of back in business. I've talked about this in the draft show, so I won't go on too much about it, but Sully really looked legit here in the promos and like his reasoning. Thought it was like not strange like that. The countdown shit happened, Gabs just took it like, I don't know if that was entirely in line with how the character's been portrayed, or she would have like attacked them, you know. But yeah, it's still a good angle, and Nova coming out like I'm hyped for Nova and Gav. But as I said, I'm still not entirely sure on Gav's motives for wanting like this particular match with this particular person, or then just needing a match at BIB. And she thinks Nova will be a challenge, which is fine in and of itself. And I think like this match is, like as I said, a sleeper for matches of the night at BIB in terms of how closely I think it will be, and how close I think it'll be graded, and how close the two promos are going to be, how good the two promos are going to be. But like I do want Nova Diamond full time. Sorry lads, just gotta give this a little light. Yeah, I do want Nova full time without a shadow of a doubt. Like even though I like the world title at Bust Angle, I always wanted him full time. He's great, or paired character's great, and like I know Oz only wants to stick around to do certain things, but like I'm in, man, and I'll be listening to this, like, do your world title thing, but like me and Rondo, like, you know, Tony and Rondo, they're waiting right there. Team up with us, man. Team up with us, brother. Like we can do mad shit there, man. We can do like TXR and Nova, like fucking, I don't know what, the Super Smash Diamonds or something we could be called, versus like the Caramel Gangsters on Fallout. Then, you know, Crash, Addy, Gabs. That'd be good. That's big height, man. So yeah, get your fucking thumb out your arse now, but put our socks up, and we want full time Diamond. But yeah, whoa, by the way, oh, that fucking Alistair Jobber entrance, that was weird. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. Like I know it wasn't intentional, but yeah, just felt a bit weird. Like he bet CK last week in his comeback match, give the fella an entrance. I know it was just Nova, so I'm only joking. But yeah, this is kind of like, you know, we knew what the result was going to be in this match, and DQ finishes are usually weak, but on the go home show, I think for like BOB, it's one of the few times acceptable. It was a good way to get some like last minute shine on the BOB matches. I think the four characters involved, like Alistair, KDS, Dan, Lizzie, are kind of in an awkward position of being like they're really capable, and they're primed to do something really big and noteworthy, but it's like it makes if they either like just didn't get something bashed out in time for BOB, or they didn't like find their groove as a character, like until it was just a little bit later. Like Ali obviously isn't the unfortunate situation of, like, you know, he by right could be having a really big tag match with Crash at BIB, but like it just didn't fall that way. But yeah, these are all going to be players after the brand split. Yeah, speaking about players, like, man, Concho and Uncle, man, they're just so fucking fun. So fun. I said I'd draft them in my top 3, and I fucking would. Like, all this X stuff is awesome. Like, the X stuff has been banging, man. Banging. Like, I mean, you could build a whole brand around this for you, like the X Division 4, you know, you know what I'm talking about. Like they're great characters for interlinking other characters and feuds in the universe, like Peacock and JG. Like they're on the face side, but like they have these alliances. Peacock's aligned with Toner, aligned with Ramon, by extension, like kind of aligned with Golding, kind of aligned with Rondo. You've got GG, like he's fucking aligned with MVH, who's kind of aligned with Toner. That's like linking it all back in, and like they feel like really important pieces in the universe, and that's like on the face side, like you have that's a really cool element to have on the face side. And then you've got like Uncle, who's like a heel and like the creator of chaos, and Conchu, who kind of like facilitates the chaos. Like it's just, and like you've got all these wacky side characters like Alan Price, Epsilon, Koi. It's like a pretty awesome universe. Like it's like ever since Uncle won the X title from JG and like changed it to the Triple J Championship and all, there's like some sort of glitch in the FWA universe, and then like ever since then everything surrounding the X title is just sucked into this alternate universe since that time. Like like all these disco room brawls, Madman Mayhem, like just crazy shit going on when you think of all the X Division stuff that's happening. Like so, like, man, maybe when like Uncle's Pink Mist hits, it fucking sends these guys loopy, and we're just saying like the X Division is this like alternate universe within the FWA universe. And have they all been hit with Pink Mist? Like maybe they must have been. Yeah, I think Conjo, Peacock and JJ have been Pink Mist at the bits, man. This is like Uncle's, like we're in another dimension here with this X Division stuff. Maybe I'm just in another fucking dimension smoking this shit, I don't know. Sorry, I kind of went on one there. Yeah, sorry, right. Anyway, Kennedy over Maskell. It was like, this is good, they would compact what was established earlier on in the night with Chris Kennedy. Like, it's Kennedy is having a big night. You show him why he's legit, why he was drafted, where he was drafted, why his streak is so important, shit like that. Maskell and Alistair is a little... Sorry, lads. Yeah, Maskell and Ali is like a little like Knox versus Garcia, where there could be big implications in a win or a loss. Not necessarily for Alistair. Like, I think Alistair's okay because like he still looks legit with the tags here, right? Like what him and Crash have done with the Gangsters, and like they beat Golden Rock and all. Like no matter what, post back in business, like Gangsters must be, they have to be the number one contenders for the tag title. So like Alistair's going to be okay. Maskell can find himself with like shy of the momentum needed to go alongside his like big round draft pick. So like I think this one's really important for Maskell. I'm not saying like it's do or die, but it could be a really good springboard for a really early successful run on Meltdown, in my opinion. Logan over Shocks was probably fair, yeah, probably a fair result. Logan looks pretty legit to me. Like this guy LJ gets it straight away. Like you can see he's done this sort of thing before, and like if I'm the Gauntlet champion, this is the guy who I'm like hoping not to see across from my name week to week. Like I know he wants to do tag stuff, but I think Logan could have trajectory similar to Peacock and like his hot start, and I think the Gauntlet Championship is a real viable target for him. Like if Logan wins at PIB, he'll be 3-0. I think he'd be 3-0. If he was to win the Gauntlet Championship in the next match, which like that'd be a fair match for him to have, being 3-0. Like that'd be 4-0, and if he went to 5, he'd be 9-0. So like picture something like Logan there and like a journeyman veteran getting one last crack at the big time of the FWA. Like, has to prove he belongs, and he's just on the run of his life. 9-0 since he came in against Sawyer's fucking Truth. Like the gatekeeper of professional wrestling. Like, just like, if you are going to show that you have what it takes to hang with these and people and belong, like North American Championship, Cyrus Truth, Logan Darren, like, oh, that seems like a fucking cool fucking end of summer meltdown feud with like a main event and a meltdown, or like, I don't know, some shit like that, man. Like, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. Fucking, I'm a bit high. I'm going off at once tonight, like, but yeah, Parr's awesome. I love Parr. Like, he doesn't try to be that cool heel. Like, he doesn't need to be edgy or cool, or like, he's just a scumbag in his own way, and he's just scummy in his own way. And like, then on the other hand, you have MVH, who's so fucking cool, like the Take My Hand shit is banging. Like, she's the most over character to me in the Fed by a mile. And as a fan, like, man, I want her to win so badly at Back in Business. I thought it was a really cool way to seg into it, like, partaking MVH's. Man, that Take My Hand shit's so cool. But anyway, Sully coming out and then the fight was perfect, and the promo felt sinister, dramatic, and like, yeah, I just did this is what the World Championship need, and I'm really hyped for this as the main event. And so fucking hard to call a winner, man. The fan in me wants MVH to win. The competitor in me wants Parr to win, so he takes the fall out where I am. And like, I think the booker in me, not the booker in me, the anarchist in me, the little bit of uncle in me, is making me want to see Sully win and just fucking disappear with the belt, and Meltdown and Fallout to just start in fucking states of disarray. But like, I don't know, maybe I've been talking to John too much, but yeah, listen, fuck's sake, sounding in on half an hour again. Like, I'm gonna get this down for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, but yeah, rambled a bit tonight. As always, this is just gonna go straight up unedited, so if the audio is shy, if I'm just fucking rambling about shit, apologies. But yeah, that was the Irish Gaijin review 4. Peace out.